I just finished an hour meditation. I'm really enjoying the sun on my face. My nephews are here. It's a really busy and high energy house right now. And yet I still had all the time to do this right now. I'm not really feeling called to go down just yet. I saw them earlier. I really just want to appreciate them. And as soon as my energy feels drained, I just leave. And I want all of my interactions with them to be when I truly want to see them and be around them. Not that I don't want to, but there's like 4 or 5 other adults with them too, so it's a lot. I'm I just want to be alone right now. I'm feeling another big shift happening. I think looking back, I thought everything leading up to Bangkok was to prepare me for something in Bangkok, but I just got to release so much of who I thought I was and like what I wanted there, and then came back to New York and found love. I still can't believe that happens sometimes. I'm so grateful. And now I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever's coming next. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I've been really called to finally quit my job. I'm more than ready for this next unknown. I have such a clear vision of what I want, but I don't know the how and the specifics just yet. Dude, I really crave those situations where I let go of everything and totally surrender. And that's where the most magic in my life happens. When I don't care about the outcome, I don't care about the how. I completely let go of the logic of everything and just see what the universe is going to cook up. I've never felt more ready for this step. Money's always such an interesting topic too. I had so much faith before when I first quit my job, and the perfect amount of money came. I'm really glad I had that experience in Costa Rica too. I know like that kind of like racked up the debt, but I'm glad I had that experience. I've never gone through that. And that took so much work to feel comfortable with faith in that too. And then I just randomly got this job. Well, not randomly, like that was just so guided. Um I am now, because I have the security, like the faith that I'm just going to be taken care of. I know the money's always going to come, so it feels so much better knowing that This time around, my comfortability with the unknown, having the clear vision, plus knowing I'm going to be good on money, like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm really just enjoying this whole life journey. And I think an area I can work on, I've been I've been around more non-spiritual people, which has been fantastic for me to realize and appreciate how people view and interact with the world. And it does make me appreciate like my view a lot more. Not that it's better, but it just seems more peaceful and more loving. And I didn't realize how much more love the world really needs because I just haven't been in that. I don't see that part of the world anymore where people judge and spread hate and criticize each other and purposely bring each other down. And I knew it existed. I was part of it at some point, but I don't know. It's just kind of crazy that people live like this every day. Wow, that's what that's what's making my next step even more precious and important. It's so important to continue to spread love, and I want to continue to let go any part of me that feels like I need to judge people in any way, and in really embracing unconditional love in all forms. I really understand why Jim was always adamant that the relationship within has to come first. That's where energy comes from. Non that's where the nonstop energy to continue all types of work comes from. Because if it comes from Jasmine, then I'm just going to be exhausted. Which is why I think I'm been feeling the need to meditate so much more because I have been really exhausted with work, especially. Dude, it's so blowing my mind. I have one of the biggest deadlines possible on Monday, and I still feel totally fine about it, which is great. There's no sense of urgency. It was just like, I'm not, I love that I don't need to use stress as a motivator anymore. And every time this happens, it's usually because like the problem or the bug I'm trying to solve is easy as fuck. So whenever I do work on it this weekend, it's going to be perfect and it's going to be so easy. And I really believe that. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling stressed about it at all. Like literally whatsoever. I know what to do. My nose is a little tiny bit stuffy after the meditation. But bro, I was also just appreciating this morning. Dude, my like after I did yoga and took a hot shower, bro, my nose was clear. Literally no aches whatsoever in my body. And I have to appreciate that more. And not because I'm assuming like I'm not gonna have this, but it's like, what, like, this is really something special and something to really appreciate, because not a lot of people have this. A completely pain-free body. My body feels healthy as fuck. And I think just random thought. I've been eating a lot of meat this year, mainly high protein. Um, and I guess so more recently, just being part of a relationship and going out to eat more. I've been a little bit more relaxed with the types of food. I kind of just going with my cravings. But I am, I notice I've been getting the itis with meat. So I think I'm going to switch now to a plant based diet for a while, which I would love to do in St. Lucia because it's just going to be fruit and veggies all day. I'm excited to eat meat there too, but I think I'm mainly gonna go plant based for a while right now. And usually when that happens, it's like maybe like for a month or something. My, I don't feel grounded with a plant. The sun looks amazing right now. Um, meat meat helps keep me grounded so much, and with a plant based diet, like I just feel like I'm floating like in air so much, and the meditations go crazy because of that. Maybe that's why. Um, I should switch over. I love doing these mind dumps through these videos. Again, just appreciating how much I love this documentation of my life. I want to pull out a card. Again, it's from the Rose Oracle deck. I love this deck so much. It's so loving. It has definitely like that mother energy. And I love just seeing what message for me and whoever's watching. That's my intention. For me and whoever else is watching. Getting number 5. No way! Rapture! Sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. Rapture. Oh my god. Let's see. What is this about? Flora is the ancient Roman goddess of spring and flowers. In one myth, she was struck by Cupid's arrow and overwhelmed by love and completely breathless in a moment of rapture. She called for Eros. However, the sound rose came out of her mouth instead. So rose became another word for Eros, and it also became the symbol for love, beauty, and passion. I love Versace Eros, by the way, as a men's fragrance. Out of breath. Read another version of the story about Flora naming the rose on page 18. Okay. Many patriarchal religions have placed a shameful cloak around sensuality, sex, pleasure, ecstasy, rapture, and sexuality. One of the most natural, pleasurable parts of life has become conditioned and judged. The rose wants us to heal from this and to remember that pleasure, sensuality, sexual preference, and expression of desire can be some of the most sacred, miraculous things about being a human on earth. This card comes with a message about receiving and giving love and pleasure. Flora wants you to know that your sensuality, your passion, and your sexuality, no matter how you identify, are sacred and holy. She wants you to connect with your sensual, true nature and to celebrate this in all people. Rose transmission. My sensuality is sacred and holy. Other people's sexuality is sacred and holy. I open myself up to express and receive love in a way that feels safe and good to me. I release painful programming and experiences and return to love. Dude, I've been having a lot of fun with that recently. It feels so good to be back and experience physical pleasure again. I waited a long time for that. Not waited, but it was a choice. So worth it. I'm gonna read out one more. The crowning. Initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. Crowning. There comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. However, it needs to trust that the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists in all of nature and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child, who transitions from the water world of the womb to a whole new one on earth. This is a card crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which requires great courage and faith. This is how the next step feels. There are rolling contradictions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we're called to burst through the constraints of the seed and then the certainty of the bud so that something new can bloom within. Bro, this is hitting so hard. We're always birthing something, and deep inside, we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. This power is inner, but it's also connected with the intelligence that exists within all of life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it was present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's waiting and wanting to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. And the inquiry question, how is life trying to initiate you? Whoa, bro. And for me, the telltale signs is new relationship, new dynamics in my family, being called again to trust that I'll be taken care of without a job, at least like without this job, like a traditional 9 to 5, and really honoring my time and my energy a lot more. I know I'm being initiated through these meditations, needing more of that alone time to think, to not think, and trust more. And being sober, that's been a huge change the past month and a half. And now, like, this need, that feeling to stay away from meat again. It's so beautiful outside. All right, I think I'm done. I feel amazing. All right, till next time.